like this. I 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 like this.
All right, y'all finally settled. Thank God. How's it going?
What's going on?
Y'all all right tonight?
Oh yeah. How y'all doing?
All is well. All is well. All is well.
That's good.
Can't complain. Can't complain at all. I got the wrong thing in here, I think.
Hey, ain't nobody gonna
the Rabble.
Ain't nobody gonna listen.
There you go. There you go. We got the Rabble.
Well, they're gonna listen, so they gonna talk about you.
Yeah.
Look how that works.
Huh?
I said they're gonna listen to you complain, so they can go talk about you.
Yeah. There's no sense in complaining.
Yes.
That's true.
Can y'all hear me out there? Because we got live show tonight. We got everything tonight. The lightning round. We got where am I at? How I get out of that again?
Lord help us, fix it to you.
We got the lightning round. We got our main show topics. We got we're gonna talk about everything tonight. Y'all gonna get tired of us. Some people gonna call FBI on us for some more stuff.
Okay. Hey.
Because after the night, it's on like popcorn.
Hey.
So y'all just get ready because it's coming at you full throttle.
Hey.
Yes,
don't
sir.
Get mad. That's all I can say.
Hey, don't get mad. Don't get mad.
Get Gladlock.
Yeah, you got a big old clock behind you in it. What time it is?
Hey man, it's 7:07.
Make sure y'all share.
Okay.
Make sure y'all share.
Oh,
because
brother.
what we got to say tonight, I'm trying to get it.
He got the safety goggles and hat and things and whatever.
Hey, let's get ready.
What name of the boys you do? YMCA? What name of that thing? YMCA.
I know it. Hey, I'm at my brother-in-law's house and I seen that big old head on the side. I said, let me put it on. That boy got all kind of stuff in here.
Y'all see Jamal Touré. Scared to come on. Cause see, they used to think the Jenkins Warriors. That's how he thought. You see, because they thought the Jenkins Warriors were academically strong, but they're not strong as that Windsor Forest Knight. So you ain't gonna see Jamal Touré tonight.
Jamal Touré will be he's just gonna be late. I know him.
Yeah.
He like to show up late lately.
Uh-huh.
All right, y'all share so we can get all this information out. Somebody told me to pull my glasses up off of my nose. These are reading glasses. I don't have real glasses.
Right.
I only need these glasses to read. But little smart Alec Libby Love just now told me, pull them glasses up on your face. And my wife like to tell me that same thing too.
No, we ain't getting that discussion.
All these women trying to tell me how to do my glasses.
Yeah.
All
We're
right,
gonna get it
mister.
started in a
Listen.
second.
Come, mister.
I don't know where Sandra at. Sandra, you better come on here because we talking
Tiffany.
about your friend tonight.
Tiffany.
Tiffany, I don't know where Tiffany at. Tiffany, you better come on. Me and her got a beef anyway.
Oh Lord, we come to you right now. I don't want to know what's in that stir fry.
We're talking about it off air.
Listen, hey, it's a song called "Nuck If You Buck Bernard."
Yeah,
It's
Tiffany's
what's
running
that?
for office, running for commissioner of what, the 3rd district down there in Athens, Georgia?
In Athens, Clark County, the unified government of Athens, Clark County.
Oh,
Mm.
speak of the Lord.
Oh, who is this?
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Hey.
oh! You see it? You see that big W? What? Hey,
Hello, Jesus.
Hey, go.
Hello. I don't know what he just put up there. If something got blocked out, but it's obvious. It's obvious that it's something that's satanic. So it's something satanic.
here come my friend. Here come my friend. My friend will defend me. That's all right.
Man,
Although she
see,
can't defend her, Wi-Fi tonight though.
yeah, I don't know why they get on here with this $2 Wi-Fi
And work for NASA. Know
and
your
work
check
for
more than
NASA.
40 grand.
Use some of their Wi-Fi, their broadband or something, you know.
You know what the satellites are?
Lee.
Lord, Chandra, fix it, Jesus.
Okay, our first subject is daylight savings time. Y'all ready for it?
Shit, I thought it was already here.
You're right. I feel like we're in December.
Don't start until the 13th, man. Don't start until the 13th.
Oh, okay.
Daylight savings time. Y'all get ready for daylight savings time.
Hey.
We got that up first. Daylight savings time. Do y'all like daylight saving time? I used to like daylight saving time because, well, I used to. It's all according to what was happening. I used to love for it to get dark early.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Because you could creep back in the day when it get dark early.
Oh.
Yeah, but way back then, you used to say, man, I hate when the light out all day long. It's 9 o'clock and it's still light. I got to be in the house. I'm in 9th, 10th grade. I got
I
to
would have
be in
got the
the
Motel
house.
6.
They leave the light on for you.
There you go. But you don't want the light left on.
Hey, that's another story.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I tell you, I used to hate that.
No.
I didn't get a chance to put these topics. Sandra, you are spinning still, so I don't know. Let me move you out of there.
Yeah.
Come back in when you get some real internet.
Hey.
So daylight saving time, y'all for it or not?
Yeah.
I
like the long. I like it getting dark at about 9 o'clock. You know, I always did. I didn't like that getting dark at 6 or whatever like that. You know, 9 o'clock. I can that give me long enough to cuss Jamal out, and everything. So I'm ready for March the 13th. So
This is March 13th.
That's when it changed, right? March 13th.
Oh, okay.
See,
No, okay.
you don't even know.
I don't. Listen, I just go with the flow. Long as my direct deposit hit, it could be night or day. As long as that direct deposit hit, we good.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. Next thing up, no charges in the Breonna Taylor death yet, but they got a police officer that's on trial. But he's on trial for shooting up the place and endangering somebody else's life, but he's not on trial for killing this young lady.
Well, that's what had occurred even last year. That was a part of the conversation that, again, he was charged, again, not for Breonna Taylor, but then it was tied to with regards to shooting and that endangering the other people who lived right next door in the unit right next to him. So again, that showed you when people are still talking about it, we can tend to forget about it, but that was never the case. They had never, ever say, hey, we're going to address her death. So never ever. So I was like, they shot up the place, and that's what he gets charged with. So again, like what you put up in that, there is really no justice. And we have to be about trying to force justice to occur.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's true. But the thing is, we sit back and we talk about it, and we be in these circles and we complain about it, but we aren't doing anything about it. And that's the problem with me, with the advocacy from all of us being together, knowing that we can make a difference if we just all stand up. A man can't ride your back if you're bending over, unless you're bending over. When you stand up, he got to slide right on down. He can't ride your back, but when you're bending over, he can ride your back all day long.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get justice in this country.
Yeah.
And not only in this country, we'll be talking about the Ukraine in a few minutes. Next subject, don't rent a car from Hertz Rental Car. Y'all know what's happening with Hertz Rental Car, right?
I saw it, but
I don't know.
Y'all ain't rent no car from Hertz lately, is it?
no, I can't. They look too pricey for me. I go to budget $1 enterprise.
Everybody renting cars from Hertz and returning it a day late, going to jail. They don't give a damn what you did, whether you call in, what people suing these people all over everywhere. People in jail all over the country because of Hertz Rental Car.
And in some cases, it's not even turning in late. That people even had contracts where it was extended, and they then report that the cars, the cars were stolen. But the postal light said, "Wait a minute, I went and paid." They said, "I went and paid. I paid for the extension. I did that." Yeah. So.
And the police still put him in jail, even though because the police got the warrant. The warrant is for their arrest for turning the car in late, even though they got a signed contract saying they extended it. Hertz still put it in the computer as not being turned in. People going to jail all over the country, man.
Yeah.
And not that I'm trying to put out people's personal business like that. Bernard Brown had tried to set me up like that, but see, I was too astute and I didn't fall for it. But Bernard Brown had tried to do me like that. He's supposed to be my brother, but he tried to set me up like that. Dastardly.
Only reason why I try to do that to you because you a friend with O.J. Simpson and he used to be the Hertz spokesman.
They never returned the Bronco.
That's it.
Where's the Bronco, OJ? Where's the Bronco?
Where's that, OJ? It's at the bar house.
Yeah, it is in the garage.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Don't rent from Hertz right now, y'all, until they get this straight. I don't know what kind of system or processes they have in place where you go, if you don't turn it in on time and the person don't match that right button, it reports you as stealing the automobile, even though you paid for it. And these people got some. Hertz don't even want to pay these people. They don't even want to admit that they're wrong. But these people are dead right, and they're sitting in jail days upon days. One guy, he was out of town in Utah somewhere, got arrested. He from Florida. He got sit in jail in Utah. That's crazy. But don't rent from Hertz Rental Car right now till we tell you different.
There goes that endorsement.
That's crazy. That's
budget. We're here over here. Budget can call.
Let me tell you.
You can go to Drive Town.
Huh?
You can go to Drive Town.
No, they've been I'm good.
Kanye West. What y'all think about Kanye West and his new girlfriend?
Kanye West, that dude is something wrong with that dude. That dude a damn fool, man. That Kanye is one of those things, man. He always want to be seen. He always want to be seen. He always got something to say. He always, got something to do. I can care less if he was going with a damn dog. I don't really care.
I don't want to go with a dog, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, all right. You might be going with your dog, innit?
Yeah, hey. I mean, you can leave bitch a prostitute. Come on, man.
The girl he got now, she looks just like Kim Kardashian, and as fine as Kim. I'm talking about this. Y'all seen her?
Nah, I ain't.
the show. Google it after the show.
Issa saw. He said luncheon yesterday.
Kim, and he's marching around with her so Kim can sing. But the dude is all that money. I mean, the dude is just absolutely crazy. You need to make a call crazy.
Hey, Brandy.
You know what? I wonder if he's doing all, because you got to think about it. He's making, it's almost like he's living his life like a reality TV show. Is he making money off of that? You see what I'm saying? People like foolishness. And people will tune into foolishness before they tune into something productive. So he might be making a good little penny off that, because none of his songs make sense, but he's making money.
Yeah. I think I get he's he's a good businessman, but other than that other stuff, and me and my daughter was talking about those Kardashian girls coming to Savannah today. And all those girls got Savannah. I'm in Savannah.
I said, you said while y'all were coming. I was gonna say the Kardashians coming. That means Kanye coming.
Now he gonna stop at Mercedes Benz and sleep over.
I don't see. You know what? I ain't trying like Jamal said. He ain't trying to put nobody business. I ain't trying to put nobody business out either. But at the end of the day, you look at those girls. Yeah, those girls got money, but at the end of the day, all those girls got serious problems. They can't keep no man in anything. At the end of the day, so they don't get my touchdown. They don't even get a safety. I get a Jamal.
Well.
Kanye got some issues. That's about it, man.
All right. Last lightning round subject, and we 2 minutes over already. Well, we right on time because it was 2 minutes.
Bernard's fault.
MLK parade postponed in Savannah because they scheduled it for Easter Sunday.
What did I tell y'all about that? Stop playing with these folks. They wasn't gonna have that parade in the first place. And I should call somebody name out who tried me in that city council meeting. But y'all sit there and let a certain individual bamboozle y'all and didn't even look at the date. All of y'all need to be taken out the committee, but let me shut up.
Call the name, man. Go ahead. Don't be scared.
No, I ain't calling the name. I don't call you the name out like that.
Call the name, man. Don't be scared.
I ain't gonna call it out like that. You missed it, didn't
you? Man.
You ain't gonna trick Robert.
You ain't gonna trick me. I need votes, not hope.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Our first subject on the main topic. I'm going through these because we got our last two subjects is going to be our main subjects tonight, and our main two subjects tonight are going to be fire, especially that last one with the unhinged alderwoman, and the one before that will be how do we stop the killings of our young men in Savannah. But we want our viewers to make sure that you chime in and ask questions or give your suggestions so that we can put it out there, because somebody might have a solution to these problems that we're having here. Our first subject tonight, though, is the proposed canal district in West Savannah. The proposed canal district. Do y'all know about the canal district? Jamal Mike can tell y'all about it a little bit better.
I think that, set the context. That'll be helpful.
Yeah.
Well, I'll share this with you all, and just to break it down in a way, just to convey what the plans, what the general plans are. As I tell people this, there are 3 tourist areas in the city of Savannah. Right now, there are 3 tourist areas in the city of Savannah. At one time, there was 1 tourist area in the city of Savannah. That was River Street. Then what happened in the 1990s, they expanded to now you have a second tourist area, which is City Market. Then what happened by the 2000s, or what began, they now create a third tourist area, which is Broughton Street. And you notice that each one of those areas began to lose the Black presence. So what has happened, I shared with folks some 5 years ago, there is a 4th tourist area that they're looking at, and that area is MLK and Gwinnett, coming right down there. That's what they're looking at. And so there is a 5th tourist area, and that is the Canal District. That is Brickyard. That is Styles Avenue. And incorporating a part of what we know the western part, West Savannah. And that's what they want to do. They want to create tourist areas. And now with these tourist areas, like I shared with you, from River Street, City Market, Broad Street, they got rid of the Black presence. What these areas going to hit even harder When you start coming, because they already hit MLK, but you lose the black presence with regard to black residents in those areas. And you got 2 public housing developments that are over there. And so now with Brickyard and Clover Village and Cloverdale in those areas in West Savannah, you have basically who are some of those people over there are homeowners. And so they are coming after us. And so we got to have a concerted effort to fight this. That's why those of you who do not believe in getting involved in no hullabaloo, you better get involved in this hullabaloo, because you might find yourself no longer in this city. I know some of us are going to be fighting to maintain ourselves in this city, but those who choose not to do it. And so this canal district, that's what it's about. It's about tourism, no matter how they try to promote it. And that's why this arena project is coupled in with all of that too.
But let me get in, Coach. Let me get in real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me get in, Coach. I said this years ago when that arena was when they broke ground, that, you know, all of this from whatever new arena is all the way up to MLK and even Carver Village, you are an endangered species. Even all the way up to Con Ed building where Reverend Benny Mitchell kind of had that vision. Right next to it, you see an elaborate housing project. You go down a little further where Choose is located, and you see an elaborate apartment complex coming up. What bothers me is you got people that look like us selling out their people. One in particular we're going to talk about later on tonight. But like Jeray said, at what point are we going to stand up for our communities? Because you got a council of 8 people, and on that council of 8 people, you only got 3 people who give, and excuse my language, folks, but you only got 3 people who give a damn about anything outside of their wallets. You got folks on council who care more about filling their pockets and less about the people and folks that, you know, built their ground up. But I'm gonna say this clearly: as long as there's breath in my body, keep that SHIT away from District 5, because we're gonna fight, and we're gonna fight hard.
Okay.
That's all part of the plan. District 5 is part of it, ultimately. Yeah.
In the long range 30, the 20-30 year plan, or the 2030 plan,
Yeah.
District 5 a part of it, because they got parts of it over there that they want. But
Right.
Answer me this, Jamal. This canal district where they're supposed to have whitewater rafting and some more stuff in it. Okay. So and it's supposed to be a connector all the way to downtown. How can they, and I'm passing down Louisville Road today, and that's what made me put this subject on there. And I'm saying, how can they do this without killing Brickyard? They got to take Brickyard all the way out. Brickyard can never exist again if the canal district is there. Yamacraw got to go also.
Yeah.
So they started with Yamacraw. If it's all going to connect and go downtown in Yamacraw, and that's why I remember you could see 4 people out there in Yamacraw working every day, picking up trash, cleaning the place up, painting, everything. You couldn't walk down there and stay 8 hours and see near a person the last 2 years. They've let that place get into deplorable conditions so they can sell it, and they can say that it ain't no good no more. Man,
but well, I'll say, but see, that's why now, like I said, if you talk about you don't want to get involved in no hullabaloo, that's why I'm like, the people who have relatives in Brickyard, people who reside in Brickyard, people who have churches in Brickyard, you got to get involved in this hullabaloo. Yes, that's what it is about. Oh, excuse me, let me share like this: that it will wipe out the black presence, but what will happen? They will show up the infrastructure when you now have some developers who come in who didn't want to have property. See, because again, as long as you are there, that it won't work, you know, with regards to nothing can happen. But when some other people now have an ingenious idea, say, hey, listen, it would be great for us to have our condos over here, or have some Airbnbs over here, or, you know, have some timeshares over here. See, then what happened is, bam, the genius kicks in. But what happened, the genius never kicks in when it's involving African people, poor people, Latino people, again, people who are basically oppressed and the victimized in this community all across the entire country. So that's what the deal is. It's like, hey, we can get y'all to scatter on out, because just like even River Street, I threw it out again earlier, you know, the buildings on River Street, a lot of them were abandoned buildings. So there wasn't anything about it. But y'all were the ones going down River Street and enjoying River Street. Y'all were getting on Captain Sam's boat. Y'all were enjoying this. And so that's why, and even though I'm involved in the tourist business, I tell folks, if I don't have to be down here, I will not be coming down here in these areas, because there's nothing for local Black folks here. And that's what this is about. You get the local Black folks out, then you bring in another group of people who then will be able to enjoy it. And so that's why I'm saying, folks better get involved right now, and don't brush this off. And people talk about displacement, thinking that it ain't you. They're coming after you
They're
too.
coming for everybody. Let me share this. Bernard can attest to this. You can go down Peachtree Street in Atlanta, and what I call is the Kasim Reed of Savannah. Your mayor is doing the exact same thing, wiping out the Black folks and putting in industries where they're going to make a huge profit and pocket money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bernard, you saw them. Peachtree Street looks like New York City.
Yeah.
I remember when I lived there within a 5-year time span, they bought out all the small businesses, all the vacant lots are clear, and they're not all high rises. The same exact thing. It's called regentrification without care for people. And it's the thing that burns my bridge. Before I turn over to you, Bernard, you got people in district like District 5, which I fight and I stand very strong for, who are 80 plus years old. And every day they get I've sat with my dad in this house, 5 to 6 calls a day to sell their property. Have a damn soul for these people. These are elderly people who built their home brick by brick when they couldn't go anywhere else in Savannah. But we tend to forget, especially people not from Savannah, tend to forget that blood, sweat, and tears built those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Not Kessler.
Yeah.
Not his homeboys. Mm-hmm. But have some dignity and respect for your community before you go selling out to make the pocket money.
Yeah.
They called me today, and I know the house ain't worth was about $25,000, and I told them $75,000. You know, if you gonna pay 3 times what it's worth, then okay, give it to me then. If it's $75,000, you want to buy it? Come on and get it. But they ain't gonna pay that. All you gotta do is just keep telling them, it's for sale, and tell them 5 times what it's worth.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna never
we're gonna sell. I need $5.5 million because everybody in the family getting $1 million. That's how that works.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna sell a legacy, then we're gonna profit off the legacy just like they're gonna profit off of our loss.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what's the problem? I remember growing up in Savannah, you only had one area, tourist area, and that's downtown, and that's it. It stopped. It stopped right there with right the inner River Street. It stopped right there, and that's it, and go back. Okay. The problem is, we as Black folks, man, all we do is sit around and talk, and let these folks do whatever they want to do to us. And then when we have some Black folks that like us want to stand up and fight for what's right, they call us troublemaker. They call us, y'all always starting something or whatever. The reason why they do it, the reason why they doing it, y'all like that, it's a man because y'all let them. And trust me, these white folks can't do it by itself. You got to have some Black folks to go along with them. And period. And the ones that's going along with them don't even give a hair bean about Yamacraw, Fraser Home, Caton Home, any of that, or wherever they're bringing these tours at. They don't care. They don't care because we sit around and let them do that. Back in the days, man, they would have been walking every single day, protesting. We'll walk for about 2 days, and then once we done thought it's gonna be all right, and then we go back in our house. At the end of the day, you got to fight these folks. At the end of the day, you got to fight them. If not, they're gonna send all y'all back to Africa. You keep letting all y'all back there. Even if you ain't never been there, they're gonna send you back there anyway. Trust me.
Here's the sad part, and this is a thing that is a cycle. What happens is a lot of this stuff is done real hush hush. That's why they mad with Alicia Keys and Bernetta, because Alicia Keys and Bernetta, they bring it up. They put it out in the public. So that's why they try to censor them. Hush, don't tell everybody we taking these stuff. It's highway robbery. It's no different than Christopher Columbus and his homeboys who stole America. Ain't no different. Right. They don't want you. They don't want. And honestly, you can't do nothing to me. So I'm gonna tell you. So what they're doing is they try to keep it hush hush. By the time we know about it, If Keisha, Alicia, and Burnett don't say that, by the time we know about it, it's too late.
Yeah.
And it done stole your property. And at the end of the day, you know, what's wrong is wrong, what's right is right.
Yeah.
And what I can't understand is how people can put a dollar, the money is the root of all evil, can put a dollar over a human being's life, much less people that could be related to you, people that look like you, people who are struggling, people who may not have nowhere else to go, and you don't think anything beyond what you put in your raggedy, sorry pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
So it's like in Savannah, who do you start blaming for this? For what's going on? Who you start blaming for this or what's going on?
I can tell you I can name for Yamacraw.
Huh?
That sorry councilman for Yamacraw who sat up there and lied to them people talking about, I don't know what's going on. You're a liar and you're a sorry alderman, Diedrich. I can't stand a person that sit up there and lie to folk, especially when they around here already in a low income situation, may not understand the policy, may not understand what's going on, and you still gonna lie to them? You ain't, man, come on, man. Come on. What are you gonna do for the least of those?
That's correct.
Yeah. So some of the blame can't go to whoever the mayor down there. I don't know who the mayor down there. Who the mayor down there?
I ain't getting that's Julia's cousin.
Yeah, my cousin.
That's all I'm saying.
It all can't go on him, even though that's his district, and he felt like that was something that would uplift the community when it was probably brought up while he was the councilman out there before he became mayor. But you also have to advocate for how is it going to impact this community. And you see that they'll be trying to gentrify the area. Brickyard got to go. Yamacraw got to go. You see how they did Frogtown. Frogtown it is not there anymore. The blame comes from us not having the foresight to see the gentrification coming 20 years ago. These people make 30-year plans. They make 30-year plans, and that 30-year plan is all this is a part of it. So the blame goes all the way back 20 years for people not being able to see it. Yes, the city built up. Yes, the city is nice middle-sized city that you would want to come and live at. But you can't just displace all the people for the sake of building up a city. You're displacing people. I'm surprised they probably move on the other side of the bridge also after a while, because they're going to go around that backside to Clearview and Bayview. Clearview and Bayview, they'll be gone in 5 years.
And here's another one, MPC. MPC is another group, Metropolitan Planning Council. That's a huge influencing group. If y'all don't know about it, go Google Savannah MPC. Look at the master plan. They're part of the foolishness too. And I agree with you, Julius. I think the only thing I have a problem with, and when Keisha Gibson Carter is mayor, and when I take over a post one seat because it's gonna happen, we claiming it, touch and agree. My only thing is this, if you're gonna displace folk, find a house somewhere for them to go. Right. And by the way, the profits we make it off of that, let's pour that back into black communities. Let's pour that into the displaced families. And by the way, these black businesses that were displaced, let's find places for them to put them back in. Let's level the playing field. But what we got now is folks who just want to eat, don't want to share. Because the one thing about me, if I'm going to be at the table eating, everybody going to eat. That's how we need to operate.
Yeah. That's right. Correct. They did this to the Weeping Time. The Weeping Time was, they let it sit. It was valued at $1.5 million. It's over 10 acres there. It's valued at $1.5 million in that particular area because it's next to the highway. But then they sold it for $500,000. Some palms had to been greased. Things had to, it's something fishy went on, man. So, we just got to put the right people in place and
right, to cut that light on.
And watch and vet everybody. I don't know whether we got any questions from the viewers. She said, but Rebecca said, where and when do you think they'll move the transition center.
Southside.
It's closed.
Southside.
Yeah, but it's already closed. They're talking about the state transition center, right?
Yeah, right there, this little strip thing right there by the thing, by the arena.
All they're gonna do is tear that down. All that's gonna be gone after a while. And all
Yep.
those homes in the back part of Car Village, because they don't consider that Car Village. I don't think it's the back part around from Louisville Road.
Yeah.
All those homes will be gone too. They'll probably have to try to work around because Scad building a studio or something over there already. So it's a lot of stuff going on that we just got to pay attention to.
My thing is, like RG said, where these people going? Where you gonna put these people at? I mean, it's like taking people, throwing them out their house, and then hey, y'all defend on yourself.
You know where they're going? Port Wentworth. Chocolate City.
Yeah.
That's why the people are so mad now. That's why they don't want to give up nothing.
Yeah.
That's why one man trying to hold the whole city hostage. One man.
Yeah.
They're going to Port Wentworth and they're building 5,000 more homes.
Yeah.
So the ones who can afford it are going to be coming out here in apartments and in homes.
Yeah.
So they'll be out here increasing the voting base out here.
Yeah.
So if you want to do something, come to Port Wentworth and you can be come on in and be the mayor, Robert.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna let America have that one.
Hey. But you're right. You're right, RG. They're doing that in Atlanta too.
Yeah.
Peachtree, all the way. Peachtree ain't like it used to be, man.
No.
It's like fancy, like you're walking down. I'm telling you, it looks like you walking down Hollywood Script. I mean,
what burned me up?
Totally different.
What burned me up with Kasim Reed is not only that video when he did that. One thing about me, I don't play by elders. Don't do I mean, I don't play, but don't do elders wrong. I don't like that. But when he did her dirty, but then he took those the homeless people on Pine Street, regardless of what's going on, I ain't got nothing to do with all that. But if you ain't got somewhere for them folk to go, then sit down and shut your mouth because you live in a privileged life and you just want to sit here and forget your privilege. All of us on here have a set of privileges. But when you shut down and told them homeless people just to find somewhere to go, man, you a chump. That's not to me. That don't work for me. You can't sit here and sit high like you ain't God. You don't sit high and look low. Yeah. You just as common as the rest of us. And just as much as you sit there as them in that mayor's seat, Kasim, you could just be right there with them on that street tomorrow. Yeah. So don't forget about your blessings. But that's the thing I don't like when people get those seats and forget about the least of those, because who are we? We one check away from being right there with them.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
One paycheck away.
Yeah.
It ain't like we got it together. We just got a different set of blessings that God came to us a little earlier than those folks.
Yeah.
One paycheck away. You are exactly right.
And these folks need people to fight for them, man. They need them. They need them bad. It's just, hey.
Next subject.
Right.
I'm here to tell y'all that I was wrong. Sandra, I don't know
what say it again. Say
it again.
I was wrong.
Say it again.
I was wrong.
Say it again.
Say it for, I'll say Pastor Jones or you. Say it again for Beta Jones.
I was wrong. Yeah. Sandra, where you at? And y'all all y'all said that he was going in.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was that foolish, but I'm going to tell y'all. If it gets real bad, y'all, this will be the last y'all ever hear from Putin. This will be the last y'all ever hear from Putin. Now, the United States can't go in because this is not a NATO country. And Putin, he knows this. That's why he's doing what he's doing. If he thought that all those different countries that's over there helping these people, but they can't fight Putin, they can't fight him. It's against the treaties that they've signed. The Ukraine is not a part of NATO. They was trying to join. Putin was trying to stop that. Putin wants the Black Sea and the uranium mines and everything there, so he can build more atomic weapons. Is from what I understand. So but Nostradamus said that in 2022 that this war was going to happen. Here's somebody predicted this hundreds of years ago, that 2022 this war was going to happen, and that a powerful dictator will be wiped off the earth. So there's got who else is it?
Yeah.
What other powerful dictator? You know, they done got rid of Saddam Hussein, Muammar Gaddafi. They're getting rid of all of them.
Yeah.
So Putin and China and the little crazy dude, but he ain't powerful.
Right.
The little Robert cousin.
Man, you wrong for that.
But
yeah.
But we'll see about Putin. We'll know, you know. I think it's just a stunt. He knew that they wouldn't bring their forces against him because it would violate the treaty. That's why he went in and he was trying to stop them. See, one person could veto whether another country joins NATO, and Putin kept vetoing whether the Ukraine could come in, and China did too. So Putin is over there causing a little havoc, and I was wrong. I didn't think he would. I thought he was bluffing. I thought it was a stunt. But y'all had a lucky guess.
No, I just think people seem to forget sometimes, not us, but China and Russia really want to be the world power. And they, you know, when people would do just about anything to do that. And honestly, I think it's going to, I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
That threat about those nuclear weapons, he ain't threatening. He for real. He mad. For little old Ukraine, first of all, he embarrassed on two things. Little Ukraine kicking our tail. And then number two, you got the my boy get props on this. My boy said, I ain't about to be evacuated. I'm about to go out there and fight with him. That's what I'm talking about. The president of the Ukraine out there and fought with him.
Yeah,
I said, now that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And then you already told what Robert said. I mean, I haven't heard him saying. Why you picking on Dennis Rodman friend?
Yeah, that's Dennis
Rodman friend.
That's Dennis friend, Mr. Ivan. That's it.
What we talking
about? Donald Trump brother Putin. Donald Trump brother
Putin.
I had something I was about to say. Man, y'all, I went to reading that thing and forgot. Anyway,
Lord, Ivan.
I got so much going on in my head. I forgot. Anyway, but those people. Oh, I know what it was. Biden and everybody called the president of the Ukraine and asked him whether he needed a ride out. He said, "Hell no, I don't need ride. I need bullets."
I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
So they sell them bullets.
That's the main. That's the main. You know,
they doing pretty good though to hold off the Russian army. This shows how weak the Russian army is, though.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all Putin. Putin shouldn't have never made this move. He should have just act like he was tough and not made this move, because those people had his caravan stranded on the highway for over 12 hours, just sitting on the highway, couldn't move.
Yeah. Hey,
you know,
that's just like going in somebody's backyard and you thinking you got it, and all of a sudden, you say, "Oh Lord," you know.
Yeah, they come up from everywhere.
Yeah. But what killed me last night,
top of the house,
right, out the ground.
Hey, and old JoJo last night, boy, he just, you know, talking noise and talking about Putin and all that. I said, all right now.
They say he was beating his chest.
Yeah, I know it.
He's gonna push you down if you.
I know it. I said, okay, but I think the economy, the way they're doing it, I think that's gonna hurt them more, and I don't think they can come back from that. If all those sanctions is doing what they're doing to Russia, I don't think they're coming back for that. I mean, you know, that's my opinion.
Well, they were starving over there. Something was wrong, and he had to create some type of tension and some type of war so that he can get control of something else to make the country better. If he take over the whole Ukraine, that's a pretty nice area to add on to your country.
Yeah.
Russia's already big, but
Right.
anyway.
Yeah.
But let's talk about how the Ukrainian people are treating black people who are trying to flee from over there also.
You know what? Like we were saying, what I was saying earlier, before I took that nap, I was already mad, but
Now you mad, man.
I was already mad. My thing is this: you see how people around the world treat black people.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's unfortunate.
in the United States, anywhere you go, man, people treat black people like they nothing, and we allow this to happen to us, because we one group that don't stand by each other for nothing in the world. We won't fight for each other for nothing in the world, man. And I don't care where you go in this world, and if you black, trust me, they're gonna treat you like they're gonna treat you like you dirt. Period. And I understand just because of the color of our skin, and these folks don't know us. They don't know our character. They don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? And for these people just to treat us because of the color of our skin, that's a sad story. That's a sad time. You know what I mean?
Well,
And what killed me was this United States. They around here, and I'm gonna get on them now. I was just building it up. You know, we the people of American United States of America. You ain't no different than the rest of them. You treat us like dirt too, and so you got JoJo sitting his non-talking butt up there praising and beating on his chest like he doing something. Do something for us, okay? Why don't you do something what you promised us we could do when we put your when we put your ass in office? Do something for us. You beating your chest and talking about I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna sanction this and this and that and this and all that. Dude, shut up. Until you make right for your promise in the black community, you can't say nothing to me or us, period. And us as black folk, we need to stop letting people treat us all kind of way and fight back. Speak up.
Mm-hmm.
Speak up. If you see a fight, jump in it. Even if it's not your fight, jump in it. And do something and make what's right what's wrong.
No, just like.
You know what I'm saying? Make what's right what's wrong. And it's absolutely wrong for over 400 years, period. People die for us to vote. People die for us to walk. People die for us to try to make it right. They didn't die for us to kill each other. They didn't die for us to throw each other in the river. They didn't do that. So we need to stop it, and we need to stop it now. Because, like I say, around the world, if you're a black person going anywhere in this country, you're going to be treated like you dirt, period.
Well, Bernard, I think what people have done is their history. And if they did their history, they understand that the black man is the most powerful man on the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's in our DNA to survive.
Mm-hmm.
We've been through hell and high waters 1,000 times, and we're still here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not racist to say that. What we're saying is that people fear us because they know that we are leaders and that we are kings
Mm-hmm.
and queens.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that we want to take over anything in anywhere that we go, because we are also a humble people.
Yes.
We're also good,
resilient.
Mm-hmm.
So we all we want to do is be treated fairly and level the playing field. It's not about race to us. It's about race to them. So we have to address that. That's why when the people hear us addressing race all the time, it's because it is prevalent in every aspect of our life. So we have to address it. Somebody has to, or we'll fail to exist.
Yeah.
We have to have fighters that will stand up every day and do what is necessary to fight the good fight.
Yeah.
Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, John Lewis, all these people on the front line putting their lives on the line. We got to do the same.
Yeah.
You can see a different type of fight now.
Yeah.
And you know what though? People, and I'm glad you said that. People are looking for the Martins and the Malcolms and the Hootie Wootie Woos. It's not a unified individual who's going to lead the movement. It's what gifts God gave you, bring it to the movement. So everybody now, it's a collective movement.
Yeah.
So it's not just Bernard or Robert or Julius. It's what can all three of us do in a movement. So you're not going to necessarily have the Malcolms and the Martins anymore. It's what can you do and what's your contribution to the overall movement. It's now a decentralized movement and not a centralized one individual type movement.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
The thing is, like Anna said, their biggest fear is our unity.
Yeah.
And we have to get to the place where we have to disregard those people when we walk in a room who don't think that we should be there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of rooms that you'll walk in that people will look around and say, what he doing here? Or what's she doing here? One thing that anybody will tell you about me, any damn room I go in, any room, I don't care who in there.
Yeah.
I am the most important person in that room.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
In that room, when I occupy it, there is nobody more important than me.
Yeah.
So you got to have that type of attitude. See, you get a lot of people not wanting to participate because you got the bougie ones looking down on them, wondering what they doing here. Damn, I come to fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't come to concede. I come to fight.
Yeah.
And so that's the type of attitude that we need. And we need to be around more people like that. Mm-hmm. We need to gather so that we can unify. And see, the bougie ones now, the black bougie ones, they're the ones who are trying to stop us from uniting.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they're watching us.
Yeah.
Believe me, they're watching us.
Yeah.
You know, this is the third most watched show on this platform. They watching us. We got 38,000 people watching us a month. They watching us.
Yeah.
Somebody telling them what's going on.
Yeah.
So they know what the plan is. They see what we're doing.
Yeah.
But we got to make sure that they don't stop us.
And you know what I did like this here? And I did this. What I did this here. I did my resume, and I put it on Facebook, and I put it from the top to the bottom, and I say, okay, that's my resume. Don't always think because I cuss and say what I say and all that. I'm a very smart, intelligent black man. Don't get it twisted. Google me and read my resume. Okay, right. I'm just not on here just to Google me.
Right. That's come on, Facebook.
Google me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just on there just to hear y'all hear me talk. Trust me, I've been in the community. I did my time. I did my 30-something years in Atlanta and Maryland. I did it. I'm tired, but I'm fighting. But at the end of the day, I'm coming back to fight for Savannah, Georgia, where I grew up at the end of the day. So if y'all got a problem with my motto or anything, read my resume and Google me, and then you tell me what problem you got with me, because I really don't care.
Let me say it. Listen, I don't know if this thing goes back years. There are two ideologies out there that goes back years. You know, W.B. Du Bois, who talked about the talented temp, and then Booker T. Washington, that was more about the blue collar, middle class folks. At no point really has the two parties come together. And I'll always say this: the talented temp, which we call the bougies, have got to think about the things they do and operate and the policies they advocate, how they're impacting those who are over here, right? Mm-hmm. And until the two parties come together, it's almost like I think we saw a few years ago where you had like the Al Sharptons criticizing the rappers and the Allen Iversons for their hair and all that. Well, why you out here criticizing folk in the public? Why not go have a conversation and understand what's going on? Yeah. Until those things happen, you got to have the haves and the have-nots come to the table, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And until that really happens, I mean, people tend to get a certain level of I made it and forget that you just made it, but last week you went in the major category.
Yeah.
So don't get up here like you got some glitz and glam and all that, because you ain't no different than the next man.
Yeah. You're right.
All you got is a few more zeros behind that comma. But what good are you with those zeros if you ain't helping your neighbor out? Love that neighbor. But see, now we forget scripture.
Yeah. And you know what people need to do? I got the CD. I brought it the other day. Public Enemy. If you listen to all their music back then, you listen to Ice Cube and Dr. Dre and Snoop, all of them. You listen, they already, everything that's going on right now is already in their music and already saying it. Period. You know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know.
Hey, one of the best rap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it, is Tupac. Go back and listen to his lyrics. He talked about all this stuff. One of my favorite lyrics I posted the other day, Tupac talked about, it blows my mind too. You got stimulus, you got war money, you got all this money, you just dishing out. Yeah. But you got homeless folk and people who hungry. Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. Come on with it. Yeah. Come on with it.
It's
come on.
We need to stop letting people break us down. And we as Black community need to build us up, because once you build us up, we'll be as one. But until you stop being crabs, you know how those crabs in the pot and you pull them down, one come out, the other pull the other one down. Hey, everybody can eat. Everybody can eat some cake. Everybody can eat some cake, and we just get along. Everybody can get a piece of the cake, a piece of the pie. And we won't have to worry about our family. We building this for our kids.
Yeah,
that's it. Because we ain't gonna be on this earth for a long time. I'm 60, Drew is 60, RG is 24. You know.
There it is.
You know, so he gonna have to carry us, man. Hey. You know what? I want to retire, man, and play golf for the rest of my life, man. But I won't do that until I keep fighting for what's right for our people. Period.
Yeah. And we got to start thinking about generational wealth. That's one of the things. It's a tough topic. My dad hates talking about it, but it's one thing I'm really big on is generational wealth. Is that okay? I might have my little bit I got now, but I can tell you right now, the assets in the family, I already know where they're going. And I've already planned it out, and I planned it out with him. And the things that, like, for example, homes and real estate and property and liquid assets, you got to plan that out. We don't do a good job in our communities of planning that out. And my uncle brought that to my attention. We want to go stand in line for Michael Jordan shoes, but don't stand in line for vote. And then we don't have nothing to pass down. We got to start thinking differently about how we approach things. I ain't. If that's your thing, do your thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But if you got children and grandchildren and we got 5 generations of Bryants on this earth right now. So that means it's up to me, with Dad being where he is in life, it's now up to me to take the baton, work with my cousins, and plan for that 5th generation as a 3rd generation. So we got to start thinking differently about how we operate.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say this, and then I'm gonna end what I got to say. I want to tell everybody, especially Black folk, I'm talking about Black folks. If you do not have a life insurance, go out and get life insurance. And it's not just because for you, it's for the people that you leave behind. Okay, it's your kids don't have to worry about trying to get up money to bury you or anything. Life insurance, yes, at our age is a little high, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Don't leave that pressure on somebody to make sure you going away here nice at the end of the day. And that's really on a serious note. A lot of Black folks do not have life insurance. Go out there and get life insurance. It don't cost that much, especially if you're young. Get it and keep paying for it. And I guarantee you, in the long run, it's gonna help you. Period.
Dr. Betty Jones say, because you're an educated Black man, you do not need to cuss.
Dr. Jones.
He did cuss. Dr. Jones, he did cuss. He did cuss earlier.
Hey, Ms. Jones, you know I love you, and I invite you on to America After Dark, and I'm gonna explain to you, Ms. Jones, why I cuss.
You're not gonna take. No, you're not. Ms. Jones is not gonna go on that ratchet show.
Ms. Jones,
no.
Sometimes Ms. Jones,
it's a no.
Come out. I can't help it. Hey, and you got to realize where I come from. You know,
I don't know about that.
It's a no.
No.
Come on. Hey, I've been cussing since I was 4 years old, and
you ain't been cussing your.
And Ms. Jones, I clean it up a little bit. You can at least give me that much of courage for the time
You
I
know, they
came
used to
here
have
about
panels in school.
She gave
2
you
years
that.
ago.
She gave you that. I want to say one thing before we move on to the next subject. Black people, if you see how they're treating us in the Ukraine by telling us that we can't get on the trains before a white person to flee the war zone, by telling us we can't get on the bus before a Ukrainian to flee the war zone, if they're telling us that we're not worthy of being on the bus with them to flee, then don't go changing your profile picture on Facebook talking about pray for the Ukraine. Yeah, I don't want to see now one of you talking about pray for the Ukraine. What you need to do is pray for what we fit to talk about next. This is what you need to do.
Oh, Lord. Now we need Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones off of prayer. I'm going to pass the basketball off of prayer.
Stop the killings.
Everybody getting nasty. Oh, ooh. I thought you going.
To last. Linda
Lord, I'm about to start shaking over.
Call and text and phone everybody. Linda Wilder Bryan is coming up last. We fit to talk about stopping the killings all over the country, but more importantly, in your own backyard.
Yeah.
We got kids dying every day, 16, 17 years old. These kids are dying too early. They don't have a sense of value for life. Mm-hmm. They're killing each other off of what these. It's just pathetic. Alicia Blakely said it the other day. We're the only people that are allowing that type of music to be ingrained in our kids' heads. Mm-hmm. They're playing it on our black radio stations. The music that puts these kids in the state of mind that they don't care about nothing, that a life means nothing. They're cursing and everything on these radio shows now. So, Dr. Jones, you might want to get on them too.
I know. That's right.
So you know, it's terrible, and we got to do something about it, because what is a life worth? What is a black life worth? You know, what is a black life worth? How do we stop the killings? We need you all to give us some direction, some solutions.
Here's the start of it. Now, everybody, and this is my theory, everybody wants to belong to a group or something. You want to belong to your family, you want to belong to a church, you want to be part of some kind of community. And if you don't have that at home, you're not invested in school, you don't really have a church family, you're not tied in, whatever that community is, that's pretty much where you're going to find your mojo, where you're going to gravitate to, whether right or wrong. And so what you'll find is a lot of our young black males typically will find that community with whatever that group of people are. And it's unfortunate. And the thing is, there are sometimes initiations or whatever, I don't know, because and this is the thing I tell people all the time. Some people know about our family history, I'm not going to go there. But when I got to middle school, my mother and father were retired. So by the time I got home, there was structure, not only a support system, but structure and a sense of belonging. I want everybody to go look up Terrell Strayhorn, sense of belonging. Everybody wants that sense of belonging. And wherever you find that sense of belonging, unfortunately, it might be in a negative situation. But that's why I think that's kind of the start of it. How do we redirect that piece?
Yeah. In Savannah number 5, with most kid number 5, right?
I don't know what number it is. They probably number 1 in the state of Georgia.
Number 5. Come on now, you talking about all these cities around the United States, all of them, in Savannah number 5. That's something else. You know what I'm saying? It's like these young people killing, like a 16-year-old got killed Monday, I believe, in Savannah.
At a hotel there, right?
Yeah, I think the 16-year-old got killed Monday. And every day, man, is somebody. Every day, right now, somebody just getting killed, man.
You're talking about here in Savannah.
In Savannah, yeah, in Savannah.
Yeah.
There was a 16-year-old got killed, and then somebody got shot last night. Also, that in critical condition.
Hey,
So I don't know. We got to do more. When you get through praying, we got to get off our knees and we got to get together. You
hey,
know, you had a bunch of pastors hiding in the corner having lunch with Van the other day, and I need all those pastors to get up from that table, and let's get in these streets. That's what I need. You
yeah,
know,
They won't even have a weeping time. What make you think
yeah,
they're gonna get up and do some work?
yeah, a couple
hey,
of those pastors are my good friends, and
yeah,
they need to get up from that table. Y'all know I don't play. I don't cut
The
the mustard.
last
Tell
pastor,
everybody the same message. Get up from
the
that table and let's get in these streets.
the last pastor that did any work besides Leonard Small was Benny Mitchell.
yeah,
How long ago was that?
yeah.
And
It's been
until
a
they
while.
have the fortitude of a person like that, you can count that whole population out. And I'm not making a claim to fame. I'm not calling nobody out. It
Yeah,
is what it is. You can
yeah,
get mad at me all you want, or you can get out there and prove me wrong. I'd rather you prove me wrong. But at the end of the day, I would say it best. He's right. I said it. I think we talked about it Saturday, Julius. Who owns Cumulus? Who owns Viacom? Who oversees these companies? It ain't us. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna pump this stuff into our airways. They're gonna do this because guess what?
mhm,
Their CEOs, their board of directors, their chairmen don't look like us. So it's an easy sell. And they're making money while we're making grades.
yeah, yeah,
And they are you get the young rappers that complain all the time that they make a great rap song that everybody just love. There's the hook on it and everything, and then um the producer tells them that that's not violent enough. It's not violent enough. It's not crazy enough. It's not sexually explicit enough. They want you to be hardcore at it with it so that you can so that everybody abide. See, it's about sales with them. They don't give a damn about our life. It's about sales with them.
yeah. And let me say this here. And I'm not shooting no shot at anybody, person or anything like that. Is sometimes you have to call, a state of emergency. And maybe in Savannah you might have to do a curfew. You know how when we was growing up, we had to get in the house before the street light come on. Maybe start off with a curfew. But I'm saying this here, you know, however somebody say something, it may not be in the right term or right tone for somebody else that fit them. You know what I'm saying? But however you put it, it's the passion about it, and it's the truth. I'm passionate about what I say, and if I cuss, okay, I cuss. And who don't like it, I can't help it if you don't. But I'm passionate about what I say, and when I say it, yeah, it's cuss word come out of it. At the end of the day, you got so many of these pastors out there. Back in the days when we was growing up, our pastor was our friend. Our pastor, we can turn and say, "Hey, this was going on." And they go out there and they'll fight for us, and they fight for us, and they fight for everybody who a pastor ain't always a pastor. So start labeling yourself as a pastor if you can't go out there and hit the road and hit the street and help us people, our black community. And who don't like what I just said, I really don't care. But it's the truth. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's why so many of these black kids now killing each other, doing this, doing that. They don't have no guidance. They don't know where to go. How you gonna go to another 16-year-old for some advice? And they don't have the advice. Back in
That's
their
the belonging.
you know what I'm saying? Right. And that's
Yeah.
why so much mental health in our black community for as the young people. They're reaching out for help. I'm telling you, I've been dealing with them
Right.
for over 30 years. They want people to love them. They're reaching out for
Right.
help. They tired of older people turning them away, tired of older people kicking them down when they're down. These older folks need to get that butt out their head and listen. You ain't always right. Just because we
Right.
older than them, you ain't always right. The old
Right.
way might not be the right way this time. Okay? you may have to change up for what the young people want to change up. Listen to them sometime. Their way may be the right way. But y'all can sit around there and y'all can gospel and y'all can go in these church and y'all can say this and say that and all that. When you gonna step out and say, you know what? Let's change our way of doing things and let's just work together. The young people, the old people work together to try to save our community at the end of the day. And I'm too old. I'm too old to be getting somebody giving me advice on something. I done been in this run a long time, and believe me, buddy, I don't need no advice. I got all the advice I need, and that's God. Case closed.
Let me offer this, and Harrison said this piece around trauma. He's right. This is the thing I think we should do as a community, and this is just a theory. Outside, the two things I will not tolerate are violent crimes. So raping and murder and all that, I'm not going to tolerate that. So if that's something you want to talk about, you need to go talk about that with the criminal justice system, because that's when you cross the line. Drug use, addiction, insecurities, relationship issues. We've got to become a community where we are open to talk to one about stuff. Things have become so taboo. But like you said, Bernard, folks don't feel comfortable going to talk to folks about, hey, I got this struggle with my sexual orientation, because if I go to church, the black church ain't going to accept me. Mm-hmm. That's got to change. Mm-hmm. That's got to be one of the things. The church has used to be a hub of support and congeniality, connection. But we step out in the process of judgment and what's right and what's wrong. Step out in the idea of compassion and support. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I got family members who they've come to me with all kind of stuff, and my only thing is, how can I support you? Mm-hmm. It might not be something I would do, but I ain't walking in their shoes. Right. I ain't walking in their trauma. I ain't living the life they living. I ain't got the struggles they got. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing my mom and dad taught me. If there's nothing else I've ever learned from them is, you meet a person where they are. You ain't no better than the next person. God has created you with a different gift and gave you a blessing. But we've got to become a more compassionate and supportive community. Yeah, you're going to have people come to you and say, you know what? I'm struggling here. Yeah. Don't judge them. Don't make them feel bad. How can I support you? I never get out. A cousin come to me one time, long time ago, with a very serious issue. My only question is, don't let nobody hurt you, because then I got to show up, my little self. Number two, like, as long as you're eating. And number three, make sure you got shelter over your head. As long as that's good, we cool. Yeah. I'm not going to come here to down you, because guess what? I don't know what I'm going to face tomorrow. You don't know what you're going to face tomorrow. And you could be just as downtrodden as the next person if you don't watch out. Because the only thing we all got in common is God's grace and mercy. And when you forget that, that's when we got a problem. But we got to do better with compassion and support. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
Now, I'm going to answer a question because it was asked of me. And Pastor Betty Jones said, have I tried talking to these pastors? Well, Pastor Jones, I don't mean to be sarcastic, but I shouldn't have to talk to them. God should be talking to them if they're godly people.
That's right. That's right.
God should be talking to them.
That's right.
And I ain't talking about Jamar Torre. I'm talking about God.
Yeah.
Should be talking to them. But I will talk to them, because let me tell you something. I have been talking to them. You see this list here? We got 26 shows. 26 of them. They hear us. They see us. They don't want to support us, but believe me, they hear and they see us. Mm-hmm. Pretty soon they're going to feel us. Mm-hmm. So, yes, I have talked to them. Believe me, everybody's telling them what we're saying on these shows. We got 26 shows. Yeah. 22 airing. 4 more airing in the next 14 days. So, people just need to pay attention. We need those people that are looking. Challenge your pastors. Pastor Smalls and Pastor Gordon shouldn't be the only pastors out there. Minister Jones and Minister Maynard shouldn't be the only ministers out there.
Yeah.
You know, we need people. We need help. Our kids are dying in the street every day. And you do nothing. I don't need to talk to them. God should be talking to them.
And let me share this. I keep talking about Benny, but now I can tell you this.
Yeah.
I talk about Benny Mitchell so much. I'm gonna tell you why. I was growing up with Lil Benny, he gonna kill me now.
Yeah.
I remember watching Benny Mitchell go toe to toe at Recyclers. Benny Mitchell ain't had nothing but a church in the house, a pulpit in the house.
Yeah.
A pulpit in the house. Benny Mitchell went down there with Recyclers. All the black Savannah, most of black Savannah ain't like it, but Benny Mitchell ain't never, as the phrase is, I ain't never scared.
Yeah.
He went toe to toe. If you want to know why Susan Weiner got elected, it was because Benny Mitchell made it happen. And again, we looking for that one person to step out. No, it's not that kind of a game anymore. It's a collective game. You know what I'm saying? And we are so afraid. Oh, I ain't gonna go do that. Well, you gonna be out your house soon. Or you gonna be out of something soon. But the reason why I want to go back to Benny, the thing people gotta have is this: stop waiting on somebody to call you out. The reason why I'm running for alderman of Post 1 City Council in 2023, it wasn't because somebody asked me. It's because I got to do it for my people, because the people we got there ain't doing outside the three I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody to tell me what to do, because my gut tells me you coming for my people, not my mom and daddy and my cousins and brothers and sisters, but you coming for my people, Liberty City, District 5. I'm going to fight back. And I ain't just fighting back for them. I'm fighting back for Cloverdale, for Tatumville, for every black person in Savannah who was discriminated against for years, ever since the segregation movement. I'm fighting back for the days when you had my daddy and my uncle walking to school with no shoes on. I'm fighting back for those folks. I don't need nobody to tell me. And so that's the thing I keep talking about. Stop waiting on the next Martin and Malcolm, and stand in your presence and stand for your people.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Like Drew says, what, 767 churches in Savannah? So that means it's 767 pastors, right? Okay. And only one pastor in Savannah, Georgia. Well, since Benny Mitchell, because he raised me, so he's gone. But only one pastor in Savannah, Georgia that I listen to, and I follow his lead, and that's Pastor Small. Period. I remember when I first met him in a couple months last year, and Jamal took me to the church and was about to meet with the weeping time and everything. And so, I stand up and introduce myself, and then Pastor Small said, I know you, you see, you America, like that, right? And I asked him about, why is a little bit of people in here, we should maybe get to the young folks and let them come. And then, me and him say what we had to say, and he had his opinion on the young one, and I had my opinion. But at the end of the day, we didn't, just because we had two different opinions, it didn't stop me from liking him, and it didn't stop him from liking me, because what he said is real. And at the end of the day, if a Pastor Small voice go a long way. Just like my girlfriend, she loved to hear him talk. She was like, "Who is he?" I love to hear him talk. He's knowledgeable. That's what we need in this country. And I just want to let him know, you keep doing what you're doing, Pastor Small, and eventually we're gonna get where we need to be. And Jules, you keep doing what you're doing. No matter about who say, you got to go talk to this person or whatever. At the end of the day, we doing our best. We doing our best. And that's all we can do, man. People can talk about us and do whatever, but one thing I want to say this here, you can talk about us, but don't you put your hand on me. Don't you put your hand on me.
If I may, let me say this too. We've got to also become a community and stop getting our feelings hurt. Yeah. I think there are many times when Bernard and I have vehemently disagreed on this show. Yeah. But guess what? I think it was a month ago I was going through something. Who you think I went to his house and sat and talked? You got to get out your feelings. We ain't going to agree on everything. Yeah. We're not. Yeah. But you got to realize that there's a bigger purpose and a collective vision. Mm-hmm. And that I can sit here. You think Martin and Bennett Rustin and all of them got along all the time? No, they probably cussed each other out. Yeah. But they realized there was a bigger vision. Yeah, I'm gonna get my feelings hurt. Yeah, I'm not gonna get my way all the time. So what? Yeah. What about that fifth generation, Michi, my little cousin? What about that? What about the little kids? We gotta fight. We gotta have a common vision and keep that focus. Because what's gonna keep happening? we ain't gonna have nothing in Savannah, nothing in Atlanta. We all gonna be somewhere sitting in the middle of Georgia somewhere in doggone Fort Valley by ourselves.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey,
we got a couple of other questions that we need to
All right,
ask.
I'm gonna hush. Y'all know I love.
That we need to ask in reference to this, and we glad that our viewers are commenting and engaging, and that's what we need every week. Besides you sharing it, besides you supporting the platform, we need you to also ask your questions, make your comments.
right.
We're going to try to answer them if we can. If we're not, if we can't, we will put it out there. Those pastors that are out there that are looking at this program, there's plenty of y'all out there. I know it because y'all tell me that y'all watch it when I see you. But and I do ask you why when you're gonna stand up and let's stand up. But I can tell you this: I don't go to my church like I used to. I have church with because I know that I am connected to God. I get a lot of spiritual help from Pastor Small. Until I get that pastor that my pastor, and I'm talking to my pastor tonight, who's my cousin. If my pastor don't come stand on the front line, I'm not coming to sit in the church. That's just who I am. I can't be a hypocrite. I can't say that, talk about these pastors, and then I go sit in the church and say it's okay.
Right.
You know, I'm not a hypocrite. You're not going to get that out of me.
Yeah.
I ain't got but so long on this earth. So you're going to get the best of me for the rest of my life.
Yep.
That's what I promise you. Every day, you're going to get the best of me.
And
that's all I can give you.
And you know what? And you know what? I come to church, religious part. The way I operate, I'm gonna tell you who speaks to me spiritually. I kid you not. Pastor Jamal Bryan of New Birth. I'm technically a member of New Birth, but I also still congregate with my church in Savannah, St. Benedict on East Broad. And then I also communicate and in concert with Resurrection Ministries in Savannah with Pastor Mike. So you ain't gotta just be. One thing about the way I operate, I like systematic things. So I kind of dip a buffet, if you will. And so, you know, my spiritual feed comes from Pastor Jamal. I mean, that brother hits it on the head. Then I communicate in prayer with Resurrection Ministries. And then my roots, where I'm rooted, is in St. Benedict, the more Catholic Church. And so you just got to figure out what works for you. But you got to have that spiritual connection. And it's just, you know, that's just what works for me. But I agree with you, Julius. I'm all for advocacy. I mean, you ain't got to be, you know, you ain't got to be a Benny Mitchell and be down there with the mayor and all that. But I got to know you that what you're doing and what you're preaching is real.
Yeah. Because you know what? You're right. We at age we too old to follow somebody wrong. I'm telling you. If you ain't right, then hey, I can't follow you, man. Because and people don't realize Jewish and RG, man, we fight with each other all the time. You know what I'm saying? We go back and forth, but we fighting for, like, you know what? Hey, this how it go. Me and Jules be at it all the time. You say, hey, you got to do it this way. I said, no, I'm gonna do it this way. And then we go back and then we say, okay, you know what? You know, because you have to calm me down. Once they calm me down, y'all, and I see it, then I say, okay, you know, I ain't too big not to listen. It is what it is, man. So take your feeling out of it, like Jamal just got back in. You know, Jamal, you know, take your feeling out with your new haircut, and we gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
He probably new addition now.
I know.
Hey, listen here. I have some other obligations. I have another contract. This contract has everything. This is another contract for someone else. So,
boy, man, he got more.
Whether we can get on that contract.
Man, you got more contract you got more contract than a man in the moon, boy. Hey, I ain't gonna start with you, boy. Let it go ahead. Yeah.
And this contract was somebody else. So I'm just saying. So y'all understand.
That's a big old contract.
I know it.
Yeah, that's right.
We had to get our lawyers to look at that one.
I know.
they got everything covered in this contract right here.
Yeah, you keep playing, you're gonna be on Unjust.
Well, since you came back, Jamal, we got our last subject. And Robert, Shantae, if you're looking, Shantae's show will start about 5 minutes late. You can start 9 minutes late.
Now I'm about to get cussed out
But
because you know she a
Shantae,
stickler for time.
yeah,
She gonna get me now. I'm gonna get in trouble again, man.
You'll be there. But
You
it's
be all right.
8:30. We're gonna
She
spend
gonna make me shut y'all down.
if we get through with the last subject in time, because the last subject is gonna be a heated one. But I want to ask Jamar this before we move on to the last subject. Jamar, you are connected to the community. You are a voice that is powerful in this community. Everybody sees you. Everybody hears you. Everybody respects
Major
you.
problem.
So can you tell us, where is the county government in all these killings that's happening? Where is the state government in all these killings that are happening? Where are the feds? Where is the NAACP? Where are the church pastors? I just need to know where all these people are. Can you tell us what's happening?
We're not holding folks accountable. We have people in these positions, and we just let them sit in these positions, and that's all they do. So no matter what happens in this community, no matter what happens in this city, in this county, we have nothing. We basically, I'm gonna say it like this: we are impotent. We are weak because we choose to be weak and we choose to be impotent. We have the power to make the change, but it goes back to like early on when I was on earlier. But we don't want to start nothing up because see what happens is this: Wilder Bryan, he'll say something. Bernard Brown will say something. Julius Hall will say something, and the rest of us just like this. We're on the sidelines. When really what needs to happen, that it just cannot be Bernard Brown. It just cannot be Wilder Bryan. It just cannot be Julius Hall. We all got to start saying something and then hold them accountable. And because we ask nothing of them, they do nothing for us. Let me throw it out there again. Because we ask nothing from them, they do nothing for us. And so, and that's what's going on. We're not making any demands on them at all. And that what's so crazy about this is that because you have chosen to operate like this, so when you finally throw up a demand at them, they get mad. They're like, who did Bernard Brown think he is saying that to me? Who did Rob Bryan think he is saying that to me? Who did Julie Hall think he is saying that to me? Because I am elected official such and such and so and so. Nobody's supposed to say anything when actually you are supposed to be able to say something to them. And so here it is. We are not saying anything. And now I'm going to say that that's elected officials and also social civic leaders in the community. When you just threw it out there about the NAACP, that it should be the NAACP, it should be the pastors. And now let me go and say this with regards to the pastors. It is not about you praying about the issue and having a prayer service about the issue. It is about having some concrete, tangible things that need to be done to bring about change and to rectify the issues. Yes, you can pray about it, but then soon come, which means that you got to take some forward actions and steps right now in the secular world to bring about changes. And we ain't holding nobody accountable. So when we go, few of us going to throw it out there about the being accountable, people then get mad and think it's all personal. When no, it's not. It's about you to hold Jamal accountable. If Jamal represents something that and Jamal is not doing right by that, then guess what? Y'all have a right to call me out about because I put myself out there. So like you say, Jamal, you do something in the community. So so when I put something out there and somebody get mad about it, I got to kind of accept it because I put it out there. If you disagree with me, I'll put it out there and I got to accept that and still go forward.
Yeah. And you know what? People need to realize too, Jamal right, Jewish right, all of us, man, we put ourselves out there to take, punches, criticism. I don't like them. Hey, at the end of the day, we could just sit home with our family, watch TV, and don't give a hell of being about nobody, period. But that's not what it is. That's what not God put us here for. You know what I'm saying? He put us here to help people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm putting this in. If they nailed Jesus to the cross. Nailed him to the cross. Okay. So if they nailed Jesus to the cross, what you think they want to do to us? We don't have a chance, but we fighting. At the end of the day, we fighting. We fighting. We are fighting, man. And hey, y'all just jump on board and let's ride. Let's just jump on board and ride OBM. Let's ride OBM till the dogs come home. Ride it.
All right. And the last thing on that, on that particular subject, stop the killings, is we got to make sure that this is not part of a bigger plan to have blacks eliminating blacks. Because see, if we keep doing their job for them and getting rid of our base, getting rid of our numbers, then they feel like they can take the fight out of us. But anyway, we're gonna go on to the last subject. We got 30 minutes left. We're gonna 27 minutes, something like that. We finna get to the last subject, and the last subject, Linda Wilder Bryan unhinged. Lord have mercy.
Y'all so messy.
Did y'all see that?
I'm disappointed.
I'm going, first of all, she went into the Linda's restaurant, and that's what it is. Linda's on Wheaton.
Not the seafood shop.
Yeah, Linda's on Wheaton, the
Chinese,
the Oriental seafood place, and she got some bad food out of there.
She might have went to the liquor store first. Let's start there. The liquor store across the street.
And
you don't have to like slander somebody.
I ain't saying, I'm just saying the liquor store across the street. That's all I said.
So she went in there, and they gave her some bad, sour, soggy corn, some sausage that if you looked at it, it just fell apart, and her food wasn't right. Her low country ball wasn't right, I guess. So
they ain't gonna say nothing to you. They ain't gonna say nothing to you. I guess you're on the contract.
Somebody said that they only go there to get the food to feed to the fish. So that's terrible. All you go there to do is get the food for.
I want my corn right and my shrimp.
It's got to be the shrimp got to be right, and your corn got to be right too. So she went in there, and so they wouldn't give her money back. So she went to throwing a fit. Then she went on Facebook crying about it. Then she made a TikTok about it, they say. Then she made a video about it, they say.
So startup was a bad service, basically. So it's bad service.
Right. Then the next morning, she went to the health department and reported to people. So that should have been enough. But now she got a young lady that's 21 years old, 22 years old, and I'm gonna play the video of this young lady. Linda jumped all over the young lady. I don't have time to put all the
in all fairness. Okay, let me ask for the viewers.
Would you let me?
Okay, so hold on for the viewers. Hold on.
Go ahead.
So bad service. I'm already upset. I'm being fair. I'm upset. So was it something where someone provoked, or was kind of pushy, or was it I'm mad, I'm about to show out?
Well, I don't know. We gonna find that out.
Okay, I'm prepared because see, I don't know really got in trouble. He's not really cussed me out in his head.
One thing about this platform, it is fair. You go find out the information for yourself. WTOC, WSAV, WJCL, WTGS, they don't tell you that. We tell you that here.
Because they want to mess with my food.
Fair. You go find out what we're saying, and you can go investigate. We're going to give it all to you. Anyway, if you stop me again, I'm going to have to mooch you.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
James.
Really benign.
So she throws her food on the floor. I don't know whether they gave her money back or not, but then she started making all these Facebook rants, and people start jumping all over. So now I'm gonna play what KJ, the little advocate in not little, but she's a great advocate in our community, Kiasia. She challenged Linda. And this is her video from today. I mean, was it yesterday or today, Jamal?
Whenever the incident occurred, yeah.
It was yesterday.
So here's KJ's on. Y'all look at this and tell y'all can make. Here's what KJ says.
So I was dragged by a city council lady today in my city, and it is very much laughable. And I thought I would share with you all. So you can see my comment up here says, now if you could only stop selling out the Black community, we could get somewhere, because she was complaining about some seafood restaurant messing up her order and championing people to like cancel them and leave bad reviews and stuff. So I'm like, but you're the one who like consistently votes for damaging ass legislature for the Black community. She said, you are a clown and apparently a coward too, Chow. You trying to fight me with words. It's not going to work. Old Slewfoot's little spawn. She then went on to say, everything I do is for poor and impoverished people, probably like you, who will see me work myself into the ground and still be mad but not throw a pie off a pie truck and stand in judgment. So I said, I can't even understand half of what you wrote, but I can read city ordinances and the names of people who vote for and against them. So bye, Miss Sellout. I will see you next election cycle or not. She then went on to say, so this young lady tried to come for me and on my page calling me a sellout. She's bragging about what her side is on Twitter about me, LMAO. She didn't get the memo like I care. Some of y'all are ignorant as hell. Mind y'all, this is an elected official talking like this. So pretty much, I never even played the young card. The only thing I said is, I'll see you next election cycle. Because what do I look like arguing with an elected official? She knows what she be voting for, and she knows what she don't be voting for. And she is quite literally one of like 6 sellouts on city council. So I'm not even stunting her. I just want y'all to see, like, this is American political system. This is the American political system. Our politicians don't even have to use proper punctuation. She can't even spell. Not even trying to be ableist, trying to be elitist, none of that. But I want someone who can write a bill to, at bare minimum, be able to spell and punctuate said bill. She can't even do that right. So, Linda Wilder Bryan, I'm going to see you next election cycle, like I said. Bye.
She going to be waiting on you at the door.
Woo!
So,
Hey. Woo, man.
So, Linda, you got hell coming because we coming.
Man.
I ain't going to do that.
That little girl told her about her butt in a nice, beautiful way. And I don't even know the lady. I don't even know Linda. But hey, I got to go back and read that. That little girl. Hey, we might have to have her get her own show on this one.
And you know, the young people, they don't like you calling them little, but you know, we over 60 right now, KJ. So we call everything little.
Right.
You know,
right. She went in.
She gonna get y'all on that.
She said she can't even, if you're gonna write a bill, spell it right.
She'll make a TikTok about me in the morning.
Right.
And that's what no rapper called beef. That's a beef, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, I will say this though. You know, I don't want to put it. It's disappointing. It is disappointing, and you got to get. We get frustrated, but you got to remember in certain spaces that you walk in that you can't be normal anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know, I even had Shantae. One day I was asking Shantae something. I was like, "Why is this the case?" She said, "You forget you ran for a statewide office, right?" She said, "Ever since then, you are placed in a other category. You just can't operate as normal." And I think sometimes, even in frustration, you got to take a step back and be like, wait a minute, let me collect myself and then respond. Because we all gonna get pissed off and mad. It is what it is. But when you're in that space and you got a constituency, that could be one of your constituents that you cussing out. You just got to be mindful of what space you're in and how you react. And, you know, it's just disappointing.
Yeah.
Next.
I don't know this lady. I mean, y'all got to tell me. I don't know who she. All I know just then about this young lady that Miss Lady went in on her, and whoa. So she a city councilor. Or she what?
City councilor. She up there with Keisha and Alicia now.
Right.
She off the east side.
I'm trying to figure out. Why is Bernard Brown trying to act like he don't know what's going on? He's been criticizing these people for 2 years now. So he gonna act like that he gonna be political. He gonna be politically correct now. All of a sudden, he gonna come on here and he gonna tell other people, but he gonna be all. I'm looking at Bernard Brown like I know better than this right here. I'm like he right. I don't know who these people are.
Right.
I don't know
you know.
I know I have no knowledge of these people. This is the first time I ever heard it. But he not criticizing you for 2 years.
Well, right there in Linda's winner.
Jamal, why you always trying to bust somebody out, man? See, that's why me and you.
He mad now.
That's
He
why
mad,
me and you
man.
be at each other. You know,
Yeah.
hey.
Yes. Earlier he said, "Who's the mayor down there?"
Right, right.
Yeah, who's the man down there, y'all?
But
Gibson Carter.
So now, I don't know. I think he must be got a deal in the works or something like that. He must be got some type of book deal, movie deal, or some business deal in the works right now. So he tries like act be even keel about this right now. So
he
I
said
got
he got a job coming. Maybe that
so
job might be at City Hall.
right.
Hey,
So he can
hey,
be around them. Be like, so at least I go and say, I support the mayor. I believe in the mayor. Say I go and say that. I say I don't let y'all criticize the mayor. I go and say that up front. You can just be like that, but you ain't got like I don't know whose it is or something like that. But now, but this goes exactly to one of the things I was sharing that it is elected officials. When the citizenry says something to them, they take it personal.
yeah,
Yeah.
And what has occurred now, and this is the thing, and I'll be frank with you, I said to folks, this needs to be put out to everyone. They're not going to look at this because you go look at somebody else and criticize them about their behavior, the language that they use, but ain't nobody saying nothing. Oh, excuse me, that the same people who criticize somebody else, they don't go and say anything about that other person's behavior. And I shared with two people that I know personally, when they had said some things about another elected official, I then said to them, when so-and-so do something, then you need to be about that. And guess what? They said, I do, but I have not heard anything myself. If they've done it behind closed doors, that will be fine. But I've not heard anything. I've not seen anything publicly, but I've seen the public comments that they put out there going after other people. And one of them, who I have talked to, I saw some public comments that they said in response to what KJ and KJ friends were saying. So I might say to myself, now, this is the hypocrisy I'm talking about, because I said that. I'm putting it out to anybody out there right now. When you go tell the story about what I have said, tell the story correct. I have said, I detest the hypocrisy. You can go, and I'm going to throw, you can go ahead and criticize and get on about Keisha, what Keisha allegedly said, how she said it. But then I had said to them, I said, but you say nothing about Van, you say nothing about Linda, you say nothing about Dietrich, you say nothing about Nick, you say nothing about Kurt, you say nothing about any of them, but you were going to direct all your angst at Keisha. But now I'm like saying, okay. And when I said this one person, they said, oh no, I get on them, I get on Van, I said, okay. Told somebody else, and these are my relatives. Just let y'all know, these are my relatives. I said it to them. They didn't. I get on them too. And so now I'm like, look at one of my relatives. They are supporting some of the stuff that's been said. And I'm like saying, this is what I'm talking, the hypocrisy. So you go back and say one thing about Jamal. Jamal detests hypocrisy. He's always told y'all that I ain't gotta be cool with you to stand up for you. And if I'm cool with you and you do something wrong, I can stand against you. Because that's what love is about.
Right,
So that's right now.
yeah.
I agree. That's one thing. I'm glad you said that because honestly, I tell people this all the time. If a person is willing to give you feedback, whether good or bad, that means they care about you. The day I do, and I don't care what space I'm in, I want you to tell me I'm wrong. I want you to tell me, hey, you said this wrong, because if we're not helping one another with the good and the bad feedback, we can't grow. Ain't nobody perfect. I'm definitely perfect. And if I screwed up, or I hurt your feelings, or whatever I did wrong, I want to know. Because I need to either apologize or say I didn't mean it that way or learn. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah. And you know what? On a serious note, one thing I don't do, I'm not gonna pick a fight with these young kids. Because at the end of the day, boy, they can say some things. They can make you feel like you're the lowest person in the world. Period. I'm telling you, man, you be like, you know what? I ain't got nothing else to say. You know.
Well, was that tactful and was decorum? Because decorum should follow them everywhere that they go, and tact should also. So,
I would say absolutely not, because this again, now I'm go back. And when Tony Thomas says certain things, some similar things, guess what? People criticize him. It's about how awful he was. So here go Tony Thomas said that, and we'll yell out about Tony Thomas. But this situation, we sit quiet. And I'm like saying, wait a minute, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we're in condition that we're in right now. That this is absolute sheer hypocrisy in his face. And I'm like saying, come on now, we got to stop this. And if y'all really tell me y'all concerned about having the best looking city council, that again, this behavior right there is not, and that's an elected official.
Yeah. And let me ask you a question. And this, let me ask you a question. So do you think it's okay for you to go back and forth with beef with somebody on Facebook over and over and over again, back and forth? And one thing I don't do, I don't anybody make some bad comment or whatever, I don't go back and forth with them. I do that same block. Cause I'm not going to go back and forth on social media, Facebook with somebody who's basically ignorant. I'm not going to do that. So y'all think it's okay to go back and forth with somebody that y'all have disagreement with on Facebook?
No, I don't. I actually was in that situation with a frat brother of mine many years ago. And when I stepped back and I looked at it, it was quite ignorant and dumb of me to even engage in that. And I don't have a problem calling myself dumb because it was dumb. And we all do things that we wish we hadn't done. But at the end of the day, when you get an emotion is emotion when you're angry, whatever, frustrated, whatever. But take a moment. I tell people this all the time. What I try to do every time is just step back and say, what part of this did I play a part in? What was my contribution, right or wrong? And you got to be able to take away what your contribution was. Like I said, a part of growth is knowing that you screwed up. You're going to screw up. You're going to screw up tomorrow. You're going to screw up next week. You're going to screw up next year. But until you realize where you screwed up and how you can fix that is when that's called maturity. But if you ain't willing to realize that, then you always going to be in the same place. You know, it's the reason why you got a brain. It's called a thing.
Okay. We got like 12 minutes left, 11 minutes left, and we need to make the good of those 11 minutes. The thing is, I think that I do it. It's fun to me. I write. This is what I do. I'm Deion Sanders. I'm the shutdown corner. So if you come at me, I'm gonna clap back at you. I do it for fun. But in all seriousness also, because if you come unprepared, I'm going to come back correct with you. So that I do it for fun. Some people don't, they don't need an audience. There's some idiots and you don't give them that type of airspace. You don't let them occupy space in your head. So I do it for fun. Jamal?
I was going to say for me, if it's individuals, I'm like, okay, individuals, that's what they want to do. I would suggest that they not do that. But individuals, I know, going to do that on social media. That's why I'm like, that's their right. If they feel they want to go ahead and do that, that's their right to do that. I'm not going to infringe upon it, just give some suggestions. But if you are an elected official, my opinion is you don't do that on social media. If you are an elected official, elected officials should not do that. And I have said this to elected officials. Do not engage in people with this type of stuff on social media. Some of them have not listened to me, but that's my thoughts on that. An elected official should not be doing that.
Yeah,
that's correct. No elected official should even engage with a voter or a citizen in that type of
right.
tone. We got a few minutes, but I need to get this here down. But I'll in a fight with those two, I'll take KJ for 1,000, Alex for 5,000. Because she's gonna be on the team, and I'm fighting with her in all her fights against everybody those 6 people who she called out. We coming to see you real soon. The second part of this,
I do not subscribe to that. What Julius Hall just said, I do not subscribe to that.
Anything about Jamal Torre coming.
I want the people out there to understand. I don't subscribe to it.
We coming.
I subscribe to it.
What are you talking about?
Those 6 people that she called out, we coming. But the second part of Linda Wilder Bryan Unhinged is
you gonna get taught tomorrow.
She she went and informed about something that she didn't know, wasn't supposed to know about. There's a lawsuit that was settled, from what we understand from all the media attention now. There was a settlement between the Rape Crisis Center and Keisha Gibson Carter. So anytime you sue somebody and they settle with you, you won.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess by you don't, you could be real smart and say what you say, don't mean that you're exposing what has happened.
Well,
So,
bottom line is stay in your lane. That ain't none of your business.
Well,
that's between Gibson Carter.
Everything Keisha does is their business. That's what they.
Well, no, but that particular instance is not their business.
No, ain't
One of the things I've seen Linda do on
they make her their business.
No, I get what you're saying. I agree. I get what you're saying. But the other thing I've seen Linda do too is every time Keisha does something, she tries to one up it, and you look stupid.
Yeah.
You really do look dumb. Stop trying to one up. Stop trying to look better than. Stay in your lane. Do what you're supposed to do.
The big question is this, Robert. How did Linda Wilder Bryan know confidential information? It's a confidentiality clause in there. She was not supposed to even know, so she could go tell.
Baby,
how the hell did she know?
Money and needs do a lot of things. That's all I'm saying.
That's the big question. Don't go talking about they're gonna put a complaint in with the court against Keisha for violating a confidentiality clause. How the hell did Linda know? How did Linda know? Somebody already violated.
Philip talking money, something.
Somebody knew it won Keisha. For her to go back and tell them, hey, you know, she talked about she won her case. Ain't that a violation? It's on page. Let me show it to y'all.
Hey,
y'all
Philip talking money.
So I won't. Y'all say I'm accusing this woman of nothing.
No, you're not. I know, but the one thing.
Here it is, right here. That's the complaint that was on WTOC on the news. It says on number 23 right there on February.
She wasn't concerned. She was nosy.
You want to read it or what?
I'm reading it. She said out of concern, but she wasn't concerned. She nosy.
Okay. On February 18th of 2020, fellow councilwoman Linda Wilder Bryan contacted the Rape Crisis Center out of concern. How the hell is she concerned for something that she didn't even supposed to know about? So see, we asking the wrong question. How did Linda Wilder Bryan know to alert this Rape Crisis Center about something that is supposed to be private? There's a confidentiality clause in there. She knew. Did they tell the mayor? And the mayor told Linda? What? You know, did they have an obligation to tell the mayor since they settled? When you settle, I'm going to make 3 points and I'm finished. 1, if somebody sues you and there's a settlement, you won.
That's
2,
it.
If they're mad that information about the settlement came out, that means you won. Why would they be mad? That means you won. 3rd, if Linda went down there to tell something on Keisha, that means Keisha won. So she won. So why is there, are they saying in here, false, number 24, through her false public statements to public audiences that she won her lawsuit against the RC Rape Crisis Center, Gibson Carter has continued to violate the confidentiality provision. What lawyer wrote this mess? Because you're saying that it's false, but she won. You don't settle with somebody and sell them where you lost. You settle with somebody because you don't think that you can win in the end. But anyway, I never knew anything about it until I started digging, and it's in the WTOC in their little thing. You could go on there and find it yourself. They're telling more now than what Keisha said. All Keisha said was, I won my case. I'm gonna win this race. That's all she said. She didn't violate anything, I don't think. I didn't go to law school, but I'm pretty sure of that. But anyway, they go to lawyer down there.
So that's a civil action that's been filed.
Yeah, it's on WTOC. They got it in their thing.
Who filed it?
See what that thing said? That's a WTOC. That's where you get it from. Keisha didn't give it to me. Linda didn't give it to me. The mayor didn't give it to me. The Rape Crisis Center didn't give it to me. That's WTOC put that on theirs. They have a copy of it.
I'll just say this. I wish certain individuals would do as much work for their constituents as they do trying to hurt other people.
Yeah. That's the problem I have with Linda, Kendall, or whatever. Yeah, y'all are so messy. You, the mayor, and all y'all are some messy ninjas. Y'all are. And I don't care. Y'all are some messy. And that's what the other side wants y'all to do, to fight each other and drag each other through the mud and everything. That's what they want you to do. Man, they some mess behind, boy, I swear. And it's like you're always trying to take somebody down. Linda, go somewhere and eat that food you got.
You know.
Case closed.
Well, this is the community. No, this is the time the community has to stand up. The community, like, again, I'm just going to say this to the people who are looking at this show right now. You are going to die. Your community is going to die if you do nothing. If you do nothing, your community is going to die. You're going to die, and you're going to lose out. And then your children are going to lose out, and your grandchildren are going to lose out. And then you're going to be trying to figure out why all of us are lost in the same condition. It's because we're not doing anything. Again, and KJ said something before. She said, it can't be Mr. Jamal and I trying to save Savannah when we're talking about displacement. And so when she was saying that, it wasn't just she and her and I, but she's like, she and I see issues, we stand up. But then where are the rest of us with regards to this? And it got to be more of us. That's why this information has come out, what Jesus put out there. Folks need to be up in arms about this right here. And folks need to be calling folks out about it and not shying away from that. You know, like I said, again, I can go and say that, hey, I respect people. I respect the friendships, the family relationships. But then when they are not doing right, I have to stand up on what I believe is right.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I may, and I want to say this about Teray, because he's right. I'll never forget the first time I met Teray, and he didn't hold his tongue, and I appreciate that about people. And it was like, dang, we got to do more of that. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
Right.
And we got to end on that note. We are gone, people.
Yeah.
I don't have time to play
You got it.
The
great show.
thing. We got to go. See y'all later.
Peace.
All right.